founder of the Six Figure Practice. And today we're going to do some math. I know you probably didn't go into this profession, whether you're a counselor or a coach or both, to do numbers. But I think some numbers are important if you have your own business. And I want to make it simple in terms of thinking about the possibility of having a successful business while helping others, and also not sacrificing yourself or your lifestyle or your loved ones, right? Because some of the problems that I see that counselors and coaches have when they have their own business is they're either burnt out, or they don't have enough income, or not enough clients. And those extremes are not doing them or their clients any good. So let's look at a benchmark. It's a round number, 100K a year. And I talked a few times about why it's a good benchmark to have in your private practice. So let's look at some figures. I won't repeat myself why it's a good business matrix. Today, you can look at the other podcast episodes. Today, we'll just look at one scenario. And my suggestion is get your calculators, because it can be helpful to actually do the math together. Many times, especially when counselors just graduate, and they don't have the experience of actually talking about salaries or fees or anything like that during their counseling programs, and especially given the sad stats of counselors in the US making not more than 34K a year on average, and holding a second job, usually not in their field, and most coaches not making more than 10K a year. For some, it's difficult to imagine a situation where they're both helping clients and not charging too much and making more than 100K a year. And it's totally doable. So let's look at the math. So the scenario we're going to look at is you are working only 5 days a week. You are working for only 4 hours a day, right? So no more than 4 sessions. And you're not working every week. You're taking 1 full month off each year. And that being said, you're still making more than 100K, and you're while charging less than the average of what the highest end is. So let's do the math. I hope you have your calculator ready. So first of all, the range for therapy, at least. It starts probably with $5 on the lower end. That's the lowest I saw in organization I was involved with, and to 600, right? Stan Tatkin, for example, being the expert, his charges 600 per session for 1 hour, and his sessions are 3 hours for couples therapy. So, and then of course it depends on the area you live in. And I'll be talking just about private pay today to make things less complex. Now, the average for 45 to 60-minute session in the US is between $60 and $120, right? So what if we don't even charge 120? What if we just charge 110 per session, right? So let's do the math. So 110 per session, and let's multiply it by 20, which is 20 billable hours a week meaning you work only 5 days, not more than 4 sessions a day. Right? So 110 multiplied by 20. Let's multiply it by 4.3. This is the average amount of weeks in a month, right? Because it changes. And let's multiply it by 11 months, not 12 months, because you're taking 1 month off, right? Having a good lifestyle, having vacation, spending time with your loved ones on the holidays. Right? And that all amounts to, drum roll, $104,060. You just crossed the 100K a year while not charging on the higher end of the average and not being burnt out because you're working only 4 hours a day and only 5 days a week, right? So you have a weekend of 2 days. And let's add on top of it. So I'm not a tax accountant, right? So that's one caveat to this conversation. But if you're filing as an S corporation, again, this is not a tax advice. I'm just saying that this is what possible. In some instances, you can pay, instead of paying around 30% from your income as an employee, you could be paying around 15 in yearly taxes, which means that you cut your taxes by half as well. And money that you're not paying is money is same as income, right? So your income increases because you're paying less taxes. So it's not that difficult to reach that. It's just well, let's call it what it is. At the beginning, in your private practice, when you're setting it up, even though you want to get to that 20 hours a week in this scenario working with clients, you'll probably be putting more work on the business end and less on working with clients. Right? You'll be putting your time into building the marketing systems, the operations, and the sales. All words that sadly are not mentioned when you getting your training in helping skills, right? But all those need to be set up at first. So you're paying your dues with building your business at first while not working with a lot of clients, but gradually it starts shifting. Right? You're doing less and less of marketing and the business stuff, and the operations side is already set up and running smoothly if you set it up correctly, and the amount of your clients increases. Right? And if you're doing your marketing the right way, you're basically building automated systems that work for you, and they will continue to work with you and even work even more efficiently. For example, if you're doing some content marketing, writing blog posts, and doing that in the right way, you'll be consistently ranked up higher and higher in the search results. Right? So that would be working for you. Now, of course, if you offer higher fees, let's say not 110, let's say you charge 150 or you charge 200, that actually allows you to give more sliding scales for clients that cannot afford that so you can play with that. And in a way, clients that can pay higher fees in that situation will be, without really knowing about that, paying for the clients who cannot afford higher fees. And another option, let's say same scenario, you work 4 days a week, 4 hours a week, 5 days. Oh, yeah, I got the math wrong. Sorry. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. If you want, you can even add 1 hour of pro bono a day. You'll still be working only 5 hours. You'll have 4 hours a week that you're doing pro bono work, right? And then you can charge 110 from the others. So all I'm saying is you can totally make a good living while still offering sliding scale, still not overcharging, and even offering pro bono if you set it all correctly. So I hope it's been helpful. I'll see you on the next podcast episode.